So 2-minute Tanya tidbit for today. So in the previous chapters, we explained the idea that a person would be willing to give up their life for God, for Avodah Zarah, and that's something which every single Jew naturally has in his heart. And we explained in the previous few prakim that the same is true about every other mitzvah. As every single mitzvah connects you to God, and every avera, God forbid, disconnects you from God. And now we're going to be able to go back to that which we started in Parakid Ches. The Alter Rebbe says, now we can understand what it says in the pasuk that Kari v'lecha adavar ma'id, that it's very, very close. It's very easy for every single Jew to do all of the mitzvahs, befichov l'vavcha la'aseh, both in your mouth, your actions, as well as in your heart, to have feelings of God. We ask, seemingly, how could that be? It's not so easy. And now we can explain that it's not true. It is easy. It's very simple for every single person to arouse a feeling of love for God in their heart, and very easy to make sure that he doesn't do a sin. Because if a person realizes, like we just explained, that every sin disconnects you from God, and every mitzvah connects you to God, you'll never want to go against that. And he says that a person can always arouse this feeling in order to get rid of that forgetfulness which exists in a Jew's heart, that a person sometimes forgets that he's going to be disconnected to God. But if he thinks about this for a moment and he realizes what's happening, he can automatically stop himself. And this is even true about love as well as fear. Because if a person realizes that this sin that I'm about to do will disconnect me from God, I would be willing to give up my life for Avodah Zarah. I want to be willing to give up my life not to be disconnected for God. So for sure, right over here, I don't even need to give up my life. I just need to give up a little bit of enjoyment for a few minutes. For sure, I can hold myself back for that. So therefore, a person should hold himself back from any avera, even if it's something which is rabbinical only, because a person is exactly the same as Avodah Zarah, as you would never want to be disconnected for God. And you might try to say that, oh, but it's different because Avodah Zarah, a person can't do tshuva. Over here, you could do tshuva. It's not true. You could also say do tshuva by Avodah Zarah. So therefore, every single avera is exactly the same as Avodah Zarah. So just like you'd be willing to give up your life for Avodah Zarah, same is exactly true for any other avera, that a person should always hold themselves back from doing a sin, God forbid. And in 2 days, we're going to explain the idea of how that applies to actually doing good in actuality, not only about preventing from sins, but also about doing good, as we'll see then. See you next time.